We are not here to set a new beauty ideal. If the new beauty ideal is your inner world, then yes, we are setting a new standard here. What this channel does is focus on the inside, because you will shine through the outside no matter what. Anyway, if you are working through these layers. What I want to do is I want to help you to lower the risk of chronic diseases, of cancer, of heart diseases, of other health issues. Welcome everyone to New Choices, where we are connecting with your healthiest self. I'm Steph, I'm your host on this. I'm a nutritional therapist and systemic coach. So welcome to this episode. In this video here, I want to share with you why a healthy lifestyle is important. What I want you to share with you before we start anything. This is a podcast where we are talking science-backed health, science-backed nutrition, science-backed healthy lifestyle, everything which has to do with connecting with your highest and healthiest self, your healthiest version. I can't wait to share some of the insights we gain here, because a lot of times before I do these episodes, I take a lot of notes, but a lot of it comes during the episode, really randomly through me, and I love seeing what comes through at the end. So anyway, on this episode, I want to start with a little metaphor. And I love to share this with people when they are trying to avoid topics in their lives or trying to kind of stray off the truth. And I always say, imagine this cork. Is it even a cork? It's definitely cork, but you know what you have on the top of a bottle? It's the cork. It's called, of course, it's called cork in English too, right? So you have this cork, and imagine now pressing it underwater. It always comes back up, right? It just doesn't stay underneath the water because it's meant to be on the surface. And this is the same in our body, and this is what I want to talk to you about. Everything you ignore, see it like cork. You can press it underneath, it always comes back up. And the thing with it is, it comes back with more power the more you press it down. It comes up quicker and louder and more. And suddenly you're like, why did this in my life happen? I've had it in small things in my life, and now it's happening, this big thing. And this is always life trying to show you something. And this is just a metaphor I love to give to people, the Cork Metaphor. Anyway, see it like this, especially with feelings or emotions. But we are in this episode not talking just about feelings and emotions, because they can't be pressed down. They have to be worked through. And I know that specifically very well, because that's not just theory I'm sharing in this one. I have worked through so much in my own experience, in my own being, in my own emotions, in my own feelings and everything, where I wasn't aware that I was pressing something down and I was ignoring it. So I'll tell you for sure through to my own experience that those things, they do find their ways to come up. And it's just really cool when you finally understand how to handle them better, because once you know, oh, there's something coming up. Oh, here's the cork again. Let me look at this feeling. Okay, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, okay, cool. Now you can go. Life makes it so much easier. But it took me also 10 years, maybe 10. Let me figure it out. Yeah, about 9, 10 years until I can now, when something comes up in my life, I'm like, okay, this is trying to teach me that. Now I can figure it out. I can understand it. It's like this. It's so easy now, but it took me years to do that. But here on this channel, I'm obviously sharing everything with you, what I learned. And I can't wait to have what helped me, share it with you, and to give you the shortcut in life, because that's really much easier way than that. But anyway, we all have our own experiences, have our own path, and what I actually want to talk in this episode about is why a healthy lifestyle is important. And before we jump into the episode, let me give you a quick introduction. My name is Steph. I'm a nutritional therapist and systemic coach, a graphic designer turned nutritional therapist, and I'm really passionate about this. And whenever I share my life things with people, they are, hey Steph, oh my God, I want to know more. Or they're not interested. Obviously, we have every kind of variety in life, but the people who are interested, they want to know more. And actually, that's why I created an online course, which if you are interested, don't you worry, I'm not pushing you towards this. You can stay on this video. But if you're interested to go even deeper and do it absolutely to the core, I created a 6 to 8 week online course for long-term health. Because what's really important to me is that we are not doing quick fixes here. What we're doing here is long-term health. I have the goal for you to not be dependent on me or on a coach or something like this. I want you to learn so much about yourself and to understand yourself so much and gain so much knowledge that the first person you ask for advice is yourself. It's you. And that's my main goal with everything, with every work I do. So why is a healthy lifestyle important? So one, and I think this is the biggest above all, is prevention. We want to prevent our bodies to fail us, Obviously, there is a lot of times we can't do anything about it, and maybe you see it in your field, in your surrounding, in your family, and wherever. People have their health issues, their problems, and we are trying to avoid that as much as possible. Then the next step is, if it's already something has happened, trying to upgrade it, to make it better, like to get the best and healthiest version out of yourself you can possibly reach at this point. What I want to do is I want to help you to lower the risk of chronic diseases, of cancer, of heart diseases, of other health issues. And even something which I've been hearing so often lately, actually, from people is, I can't think of the word. A lot of people have something like constipation, or actually the opposite, diarrhea. And I've been hearing that, actually, that's why I'm mentioning it here, because it's more often than I ever thought. Like it's more common, that's the word. It's more common than I actually thought. There's so many people actually struggling with this, and it really alters their life. And that's the thing, because physical illnesses can overshadow your whole life. Sometimes they can't go on a car ride for 3 hours with their friends because they are scared that they need the toilet on the way. Or they can't go to a certain place because they have stomach ache because they had to have constipation for a while. And things like this, not always, but over, I would say 90% of the time or even more, these things can be avoided or changed or bettered. I don't want people to suffer from something they don't need to suffer from. You know what I mean? You can always try everything. Which I say everything. When I say everything, I mean everything healthy. I am a strong advocate for a clean, healthy diet, plant-based diet. And I say plant-based because I prefer the word that people who don't fully want to go or interested in that lifestyle, they can still use the base of plants to upgrade their lives. And I'm sharing all of these health advice with you to help you finally get rid of these things, or to avoid them, or better them, or even prevent them. That's the best case scenario, to prevent things like this. And I don't want to just prevent one thing by eating different or doing things different. So we want it to be physically, mentally, and spiritually, because they all work in balance. They're a harmony. And I'm going to go deeper into each of these 3 topics in the next video. And I'm very excited in next videos. There's going to be a video for each topic, and I can go there very deep. So I'm just kind of cutting it very short here. So physically is your body. Spiritual, hang on. Physically is your body. Let's keep the order, just because I think it's nicer that way. So the levels. So physically it's your body. Mentally, it's your mind, and spiritually, it's your soul. If one of them is out of balance, let's say someone has the healthiest body you can imagine, and a lot of times, actually, fun or sad fact, I don't know what to name it, but a lot of times people look super healthy, just by what we define a healthy body looks like. I'm not here for, and I've said it in the other video as well, I'm not here for the outside looks of someone. What this channel does is focus on the inside, because you will shine through the outside no matter what. Anyway, if you are working through these layers, and we are not here to set a new beauty ideal. If the new beauty ideal is your inner world, then yes, we are setting a new standard here, because that's where it starts, the inner world, and you will shine that to the outside anyway. So yeah. Now, where was I? What I was actually going to say is, let's say someone has the healthiest body. By the definition, the healthiest body, because if the mind and the soul are not in alignment and are everywhere, like their mind is scattered, they're consistently in stress and they don't know really where they're going in life, or they looks like from the outside, wow, this person has a goal, they are workaholics, they're constantly working, which actually is a trait which is fired up by society at the world we're living in. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, because a lot of people avoid things in life with being a workaholic, but that's a different topic. What I want to say is that someone looks perfectly healthy and then they're working their ass off and they know where they're going. How do we know that's what they want? That's a question. Because if they are totally in alignment, then yeah, okay, cool. But you would probably not be a super workaholic if you are in total alignment, because then you would know how important rest is. You would be maybe workaholic, but not give yourself that word, because we know that work is not everything, right? It's a part of life, but it's not everything. There's a lot of other facets, but I don't want to go too deep into this. What I want to say here is the outside can trick us sometimes. And a lot of people try to follow a beauty ideal, which is just wrong. And they might be super stressed on the inside. And then they're like by society defined prettiest outside, but they're still out of balance and an imbalance. And this is overshadowing everything. And it's not always easy to be seen from the outside. But anyway, what we're focusing here is on the inside, because that is what a healthy lifestyle is, and why a healthy lifestyle is important, because it's about the inside. And actually, if you wonder what the bonuses are of doing like this, apart from prevention and all of it, which I think is so nice, it's like the boosted energy levels. Honestly, like once you have been through, maybe for some people the first phase is not the easiest, because changes always takes time, but once you've been through the initial phase of following your healthiest self, I can tell you that you will have boosted energy levels. You're like full of energy on all the time, but you can obviously also relax, but it's just like not the afternoon lows and stuff like this. And I can obviously share like hacks with you, how to avoid them and all of these things. It's in the online course as well. If you want to become your healthiest self long term, you can find it there already in there. Also, what I think is really important and what also got me on my way, it was access to your true self. I found the access to my true self. Actually, I thought I was already there, but no, I was not. In a way, obviously, I think we are all in a way our truest self, but at the same time, there are things which we are not our truest self. And the more you understand all of these different levels, the more you will become your truest self and healthiest and most authentic self. And this living is just freeing. It's just so freeing. You can just be you, be happy with it. And you know that everybody who loves you, being you, is the right person to be in your life. And the people who don't do that, then yeah, okay, that's fine. And they go, or they're not there. Who cares? It's just, you should be you. And that's the most important thing in life. And then we have like this new trend, which is not really a trend. I think people trying this or trying to figure it out for hundreds and thousands of years. Longevity. So many people, did I pronounce it right? Longevity? You know what I mean anyway, for sure. So trying to live as long as possible, but healthy. A lot of people would love to get older. Like they would love to live their healthiest, the longest they can. Not everyone, but most people, or a lot of people. If you could be happy, healthy, fit, staying young, all of those things, and you are in a surrounding where you love it, you love your life, and you can age beautifully healthy, that is like this longevity trend. And people do, like there's so many different techniques on how to live the longest, how to live the healthiest. And anyway, I will definitely share the things we can do and everyone can do. You don't need to have like a sauna at home or the red light or this. I mean, it's cool. I go to a studio sometimes to do certain things because I think they are fun. You don't have to do them to be connected to yourself, okay? All of these things we are going to cover in different videos. I'm going to end this video here. And What I want you to know is that the goal of all of this is harmony. It's calmness, relaxation, good sleep, awareness, focus, boosted energy, happiness, aliveness. I mean, being like a kid going outside when the first snow falls, or going on your surfboard for the first time and the water running over you, having the feeling of the warm ocean and the salt water smell. I love the smell of the salt water, right? When I go to the ocean and I smell the salt water, it is always just like gets me. It really like catches me. And if you have that in your life, that you enjoy these little moments, which are actually the big moments, then this is the goal, the harmony in our life. What I shared in my last video, if you haven't seen it, go watch it now. It's called It's About You. It's the video just before that one. Or if you're listening on podcasts, it's everywhere where you can get podcasts from as well. You will find this episode there. Make sure to check it out. I mentioned there some techniques to first, before we dive deeper, connect with your body, your mind, and your soul, on like easy things you can do just to like feel what I'm talking about. And I explain them in the other video, so go watch that if you want to do them. And I can't wait to share the next video with you, where we are going deeper on the body part. And I've already written down some notes, which I'm very excited to share. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe, but hit the bell button to never miss a video. That's what people say. So to actually, if you're on Spotify or on a different platform, if you're on a podcast platform, I don't know what you have to hit, but just like hit subscribe, comment, give me a like, a thumbs up. I'm really appreciating seeing, because I'm on this side of the camera, I love you giving me some love, to so I can see, oh, people like love that, and what do you want to know, like what to share with me, just put it in the comments. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, and see you soon. Bye. On to the next video.